Are you looking for a roasted butternut squash soup recipe that is super creamy and made with coconut milk? A healthy butternut squash soup recipe that is Whole30 Paleo and can easily be made vegan. Hey there! I'm London Brazil from evolvingtable.com, where you'll learn how to make nourishing meals for your loved ones. And that healthy recipe today is this roasted butternut squash soup. The cooler weather months are just around the corner, and for us that means tons of soups are going to be made in our house. One of the most popular soup recipes on the site just so happens to be this butternut squash soup. It's received tons of 5-star ratings as well as a few rave reviews. Wow, just made this butternut squash soup. I couldn't believe how easy and delicious it was. So if you're ready to get to roasting and soup making, come on in and let's get started. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. We'll first start off with one large butternut squash that has been cut in half. If you have a hard time cutting your butternut squash, simply microwave it for 1 to 2 minutes. You should now be able to easily slice the squash in half. Remove the seeds and drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil on the inside of both halves and sprinkle with a pinch of salt. And place the 2 squash halves face side down on a large baking sheet. You can choose to line the baking sheet with aluminum foil or parchment paper to make cleanup a little easier. Bake squash in preheated oven for 40 to 50 minutes or until squash is tender. While the squash is roasting, we'll start preparing the rest of our ingredients. Finely chop half of a sweet onion, or about 3/4 cup. Add diced onion to a medium-sized pot or skillet with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Saute over medium heat for 3 to 4 minutes. Next, we'll add 1 1/4 teaspoon of crushed ginger. You can also use a minced ginger paste instead. And 3 cloves of crushed garlic. Continue cooking over medium heat for 1 to 2 minutes. Coconut milk makes up the bulk of the liquid in this recipe. You can either use a full-fat coconut milk for a more creamy soup or a light milk for a lower calorie soup. But do make sure you use a canned coconut milk and not the kind found in the refrigerated section. Since I want this soup to be on the creamier side today, I'll be using a 15-ounce can of the full-fat coconut milk, along with a pinch of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon of salt to taste, and 1 to 2 cups of vegetable broth, depending on your desired consistency. Stir to combine the ingredients and cover the pot with a lid. Reduce heat to low and let ingredients simmer for 5 minutes. Our squash is done roasting, and now it's just time to combine all of our ingredients together. For this, you can either use a high-speed blender, such as a Vitamix, or you can use a large food processor. If you decide to use the food processor, you'll have to puree your soup in batches. So I'll be sticking with the Vitamix today. Scoop out the roasted squash and add it along with the coconut milk mixture to the Vitamix. Process for 2 to 3 minutes or until soup is completely smooth. Pour soup back into the pot and heat it up over low heat until ready to serve. Oh man, this looks so good. Look at that bright orange color, that beautiful creamy texture. Let's just drizzle it with a touch of coconut milk and top it off with a sprig of cilantro. And before I serve it up for dinner tonight, I'm just gonna double check that it passed the taste test. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, it's like fall explosions in my mouth. That is so good. And seriously, wasn't that so quick and simple to make? I can't wait to bring this over to my girlfriends tonight so we can have this as a little appetizer before dinner.
That was good.
Oh good.
Do you cater?
That's nice.
It's really good with the
What is the spice in there?
tasting the cinnamon.
If you liked what you saw here today, make sure you check out these other healthy soup recipes. And don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another nourishing meal to serve your loved ones. See you again soon.